It sure is, and hey, call it another dagger through the heart of Bama basketball fans. Yesterday, former Tide player Trevor Lacey sunk that buzzer beater right before the half for NC State. They ended up knocking off top-seeded Villanova, and of course, the Wolfpack are led into the Sweet 16 by former Crimson Tide player and coach Mark Gottfried. With that, we say welcome in, everybody, to Sports Sunday. I'm BJ Millican alongside Jen Chapman.
And not being a part of the NCAA tournament is one of the big reasons the Tide is looking for a new head coach right now. Yesterday, Alabama's season officially came to an end in the NIT's second round against the Miami Hurricanes. Alabama was on the wrong side of a 17-2 Miami run in the second half that they couldn't overcome. John Brannon, the team's interim head coach, summed up what this week was all about.
You know, the thing I told our guys afterwards, I said, today needs to be about when you talk to people. It needs to be about thanking these guys right here, the underclass. We need to thank them. They need to acknowledge the uncertainty of the future, and they need to understand that they've got to work to prepare for the future. And that's how I left it. It was about the seniors, and that's how I left it with the young guys.
Here's a snapshot of some of the uncertainty. With the coaching change, there's always the rumors of transfers. As of right now, nothing is official. So 3 regular starters will return for the Tide. Signee Dazon Ingram has already reopened his recruitment. So the search is on for a new coach. Some think it might be from one of the NCAA tournament games today.
Exactly. A lot of people really high on Wichita State's head man. That's Greg Marshall. His Shockers trying to knock off second seed Kansas. Early on, Jayhawks were rock chalking, doing a little inside-out game. Frank Mason III knocks home the tray for the 5-point lead, but a big momentum shift right before the half. Fred Van Vliet knocks home a 3 to put the Shockers up 29-26. That would carry over to the second half. Wichita State heats up from the outside. Evan Wessel buries a couple, and it is the Shockers moving on to the Sweet 16. They win 78-65.
A matchup of the new and old in the East. Second-seeded Virginia trying to make the ACC 10-0 in the tournament, but Tom Izzo and Michigan State stood in the way. Brandon Dawson with the block. This starts the break ahead to Travis Trice. Trice is nice, and he will stuff that one home. And then later, Trice showing some crazy range. He's probably pretty good at horse. State scores 10 unanswered points. Then under 3 minutes to play, Sparty up 5. Trice another long-range bomb. State knocks off the Cavs 60-54. Here's a look at some of the other scores. Top-seeded Duke, no problem with the Aztecs. Louisville still going on and on. Wisconsin, right?
Yep, a lot of chalk today.
So it was a great weekend to be an Alabama gymnastics fan as well.
Absolutely. Bringing home hardware, a regular occurrence around here. But some thought that with Sarah Patterson stepping down as the head gymnastics coach, those days might be over. Those people thought wrong. Last night in Duluth, Georgia, the Crimson Tide won their 9th SEC title with a narrow victory over the LSU Tigers. Lauren Beers finished 3rd in the all-around. After the meet, head coach Dana Duckworth was asked how it felt to step in for her mentor and take home a title in her first year.
You know, at first, it was not real. It didn't feel, I kept pinching myself. But this whole experience has been surreal, that you get to be mentored by Sarah and David, who are 2 of the most amazing individuals in America. And then you get to become the person that carries on their legacy. And so I feel like so honored that Sarah and David paved that path for us, and protecting the legacy was what tonight was about. And that's what we carried on.
The Crimson Tide are going to learn their regional destination on Monday afternoon. The Alabama softball team had a huge weekend series against the Florida Gators, but thanks to Mother Nature, there have been some challenges.
All season long. They lost game 1 on Saturday. Then they began game 2 of the doubleheader. Unfortunately for the Tide, the rains came, and while leading 1-0, they halted the game in the 5th inning. Florida does have a runner on third base. That
She's
game,
still there.
Yeah, they left her out there. That game will resume tomorrow at 3:30. Pat Murphy discussed the challenges with the weather-impaired series.
We've never done this before. The Saturday, Sunday, Monday, this is the first time we've done it. Then, of course, the weather came in. We switched from, no game on Sunday to a doubleheader today. The rain got us, tonight, and now we have to finish a game and then play another game after that. And, of course, the second game's on TV, so we can't run late. I mean, it's kind of a logistical nightmare, but something you just got to deal with and go out, play hard. Don't worry about the circumstances. Just play the game.
So they start tomorrow at 3 p.m. and 3:30 p.m. and then play game 3 at 6 p.m.
I'm hearing that she was not left out there. She is back at the hotel.
She's dry.
Exactly. More Sports Sunday is coming up next. A special story you're going to want to stick around for. Alabama's Christian Golumev has a special purpose driving him to greater and faster heights in the pool. Jen gives us his heart-touching story next. We're back on Sports Sunday. This week, the Alabama men's swimming and diving team head to the NCAA championship in Iowa City.
You may remember us profiling sophomore Greek Olympian Christian Golumev at the start of the season. Well, all eyes will be on Christian this week as he looks to shatter some more records. But his eyes remain upwards.
I didn't expect to go that fast, 1864. It was a surprise for me, so that was a really nice race.
A really nice race is quite the understatement. At the 2015 SEC Swimming Championships, Alabama sophomore and 2012 Olympian for Greece, Christian Golumev, swam a blistering 50 free. In fact, it was the 5th fastest time in the history of the event.
I'm just really confident. I just know that I work for that, and I just know that I'm gonna swim fast. So I just know it. So I don't feel nervous about anything. I'm just excited.
The defending NCAA champion and the favorite heading into NCAAs this week knows he has the target on his back, but he'll prepare for this race just like all his others. Christian says it's like going into a fight.
Trying to get mad before the blocks. So, sometimes I'm hitting myself and stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to get mad. That really helps me a lot.
There's something else Christian does before his races. He touches his heart, his lips, and then points upwards.
It's for my father and my mother. And they're not alive right now. And I just do that, and this is like for them.
Due to medical error, Christian's mother passed shortly after giving birth to him. His father, Svetin, was a famous Bulgarian swimmer who competed at the Olympic Games in Moscow and Seoul. He was Christian's coach before passing of cancer in 2010.
Yeah, he was saying 1500, and he really wanted someone of his sons to follow his steps, so I did.
When the Alabama coaching staff saw Christian swim at the London Olympics, they saw raw talent and immediately wanted him in Tuscaloosa. After joining the team last January, the coaches have been hard at work on Christian's starts, turns, and technique, and believe his performances are just scratching the surface.
I still think he's a bit of a puppy dog. He's still got a lot. I still think he's got a lot of room to improve in terms of his strength, power, skill set. So it's going to be fun watching him.
No one for the Crimson Tide will say his time at the SEC Championships was a surprise. Just a week before at practice, Christian was set to swim a time trial when he noticed his teammates staying after practice to watch. He threw down in 18.6.
He just has that innate ability to just tune out everything, focus in on what he's doing. I don't know that anyone taught him to do it. I actually asked quite a few of my kids going into the SECs, listen, go sit down with Christian, talk to him, ask him what he thinks about it, how he goes, what's his routine, how he does it. And quite a few of them have come back and utilized things that he talked to them about very successfully.
And while those who see Christian compete are in awe, Christian hopes there are 2 others that are watching.
I don't know if they're watching right now, but I want to let them know that I'm doing this for them.
And I definitely think they are watching him, and he is seated first in the 50 free and the 100 free, as well as one of the relays is seated first. So Alabama swimming is going to do some big things this week.
Absolutely. Going to be pulling for that kid.
And
Good
he
stuff.
also has his eyes set on the gold medal as well. So I think that is totally possible at Rio. He said he wants the A to be on TV.
Maybe he'll say Roll Tide. Who knows?
There you go.
There you go. Coming up next, an update on NASCAR and the PGA, plus our favorite things. Stay with us and keep the tissues handy. We'll be right back on Sports Sunday. We are back on Sports Sunday Sprint Cup at Fontana today. Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick started 1-2. Story of this race, lots of yellow, as in cautions. In the end, it was Kurt Busch leading on the final lap until Brad Keselowski powers past him on the inside. And Keselowski holds on for the win, gets to spray everybody. Only lap he led all day.
Final round of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Once again, Zach Johnson doing crazy things with his golf club. He holes out with a double eagle on 16. Ooh. Before this year, there had never been a double eagle at Bay Hill. Yesterday, Daniel Berger changed that. Today, Zach Johnson does it again. And Matt Every wins the tournament for the second year in a row.
He wins it every year.
Every good one. As always, on Sunday, we like to leave you with a positive story from the sports world as you head into the next week.
Because who doesn't need a little boost heading into Monday? This week it's the story of Georgia State's Ron and R.J. Hunter. Ron is the coach of the Panthers. R.J. is his son. He was also the hero on Thursday as they upset third-seeded Baylor. Yesterday they weren't as lucky losing to Xavier, but after the game, Ron showed us what it's all about.
Best time of my life, but as a father. I love this kid, man. Love him.
I told you to get the tissues, didn't I? Heartwarming stuff right there, right?
I already have tears in my eyes. This is like the fourth time today.
There you go. A memory, though, that they're going to have the rest of their lives. What a great story. Hey, that's all the time we have for tonight. That's what the NCAA tournament's about, right?
It's awesome. I'm
Stuff
trying
like
to still
that.
clear the eyes.
Good night, everybody. Have a good week.